Number 10. Alcohol. A few giant clouds of alcohol have been found in the Milky Way in areas surrounding the star nurseries, the largest of which carries enough booze to make 400 trillion pints of beer. Unfortunately, as with most of cool things in space, these clouds are too far away for us to do anything fun with them. Alcohol is an organic compound, which means it could carry the basic materials needed to sustain life. Number 9. A tiny art museum. In 1969, a top-secret mission took flight along with Apollo 12 lunar lander. The goal to send the works of Andy Warhol and 5 other artists to the moon, creating the first and only extraterrestrial art museum. Historians now believe that the mission was successful, claiming that a chip 2 centimeters wide displayed these 6 drawings and remains on the moon to this day. Number 8. The Death Star. Yes, indeed, the Death Star is the star known and named after the Star Wars franchise. The star is located way far in another galaxy. While the star is not destroying other planets, this star is destroying us with its extreme gravity. NASA saw debris from the planet falling into a white dwarf, like a trail of a fallen comet. This ill-fated planet, which is as large as Texas, is expected to be destroyed in the next million years or so. Number 7. The Oort cloud. At the first glance, nothing about the Oort cloud is out of the ordinary. It is a big patch of icy space that tosses out a comet every now and again, giving us occasionally air shows from celebrities like Halley's Comet. We have a pretty good idea of what they're made of, and how big it is and what it's formed. So what's the catch? Nobody has ever seen it, and we're totally sure that it exists. Here's the thing about the Oort cloud. It only exists in theory. As of right now, it is our only explanation for the comet to seem to come out of nowhere, showing up at strange intervals and unusual orbits. The clouds would have been a certain shape or size to release comets in patterns, and it would have been made of specific compounds to cough out the rocks and would be studied. At our best estimate, it should also be pretty far away, as 1 light year to be exact. This distance is one reason that nobody ever seen the Oort cloud, but it's given that we have telescopes that we can see in the beginning of time. There is no excuse for not having found it yet. Number 6. Space Hubcap. The story begins 2 months before the takeoff, when the US launched a series of tests on the possibility of underground storage for nuclear weapons. On August 27, 1957, the safety measures in place to contain one such test did not work quite as planned. There was some debate over whether its so-called space hubcap actually made it into space. On one hand, the initial calculations of the cap's speed only measure the force with which it was hit, ignoring important factors like gravity and air resistance. The man who made these calculations, Bob Brownlee, has expressed doubt that his numbers told any real meanings. Others believe that the space hubcap burned up as it tore through Earth's atmosphere. Without specific data on the force of the explosion, the weight on the cap, and the strength of the steel, we have no way of knowing what really happened. Golf balls. A Soviet cosmonaut made the shot in November 2006 as part of a commercial for Element 21, a Canadian golf company. He reportedly missed a shot, too, which is impressive, given that his target was the entire planet Earth. Even with the missed shot, the golf ball is likely to burn up during re-entry a few days after it took flight. That doesn't mean that the space is free of golf balls, though. Apollo 14 astronaut Alan Shepard also dove a few balls during an activity on the moon, which were left behind when the team returned to Earth. According to Shepard, one of his shots went for miles and miles and miles. This is not exactly a scientific measurement, but will mark him down as a runner-up to the Soviet cosmonaut. Number 4. Lightning. The strongest electrical current ever recorded has been observed there. surging through space-time with the force of trillion lightning strikes. While this storm is the largest of its kind, it certainly isn't the first. Lightning storms can appear naturally in empty space, usually around black holes where magnifiers build up large electrical charges. This particular storm probably came from an especially massive black hole, seeing as the storm itself stretches for more than 150 light years. To put it in perspective, it's longer than the entire Milky Way. The storm holds up enough energy to power Earth's cities for millennia, but it will only likely to fry us to crisp first. Number 3. Urine. How do astronauts pee in space? A $50,000 toilet, there's your answer. Complete with suction and an airlock that passes urine into space. The vacuum that throws out the space waste costs around $30 million, and astronauts have to go a lot of training to learn how to use it properly. Once they go to space, through the experience is something to remember. Apollo 17 commander Eugene Cernan called the sight of the urine droplets turning to ice in space one of the most amazing experiences from his flight, and the astronaut Tom Jones recalled watching the crewmate pee upside down in space. Even the most basic human functions can turn their heads. Number 2. SUITSAT. SUITSAT launched from ISS on February 3rd, 2006, carrying greetings in 5 different languages from Earthlings to pick up. 3 hours into his flight, however, something went wrong. People listening on Earth and the ISS could no longer pick up a signal. Mr. Smith had been lost. NASA suspects that the radio batteries froze and in the harsh conditions of open space, but there's no real way of knowing what went wrong. Whatever killed Mr. Smith, the garbage explorer likely to burn in Earth's atmosphere a few weeks after its launch. It was a quiet end for a satellite that was never meant to exist in the first place, though it may be lost. SUITSAT is remembered as a testament to the power of impromptu science and explorer who paved the way for future SUITSATs. Number 1. Possible ocean life. NASA has uncovered promising evidence of life in the oceans of Saturn's largest moon, Titan. Your first thought might be that Titan is too cold for water, oceans, or life, or you may be right by Earth standards. The ocean of Titan aren't made of water at all. They're actually made of methane, which liquefies at Titan's extremely cold temperatures. The organisms in these methane-filled oceans will be similar to those on Earth, but instead of oxygen-based make up Earth cells, these organisms will have methane-based cells. Experiments have shown that methane-based cells are not only possible but plausible in the extreme conditions on Titan. This research, in addition to the atmosphere reading that suggests organic respiration on Titan, is one of the most promising leads in NASA's search for life. Well, thank you guys very much for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, thank you.